little bit of a different video today. We are looking at what to take to a card show. Stop moving all over the place. Look at that. Okay. So, planning on going to a card show tomorrow. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff to stick up here. More like that. Okay. So, planning on going to a card show tomorrow. And I was thinking about what all I should take. And I was like, you know what? That would be a good video to kind of bring. There we go. Put some more light on that. What do I take to card shows? What do I look for in card shows? And kind of maybe some of the rules. Well, not so much rules, but some of the things that happen in card shows that might help you. So again, here's some of the stuff that I'm thinking about taking, and I'll kind of go through everything here a little piece by piece in a second. Why I'm taking some of these, what I'm not going to take, and everything, and kind of back to a few of the ideals when you go to card shows. First off, when you go to a card show, you want to have a budget. That's the first thing. For me, I make my budget by bringing cash. That's the kind of another thing you talk about. What, should you have a card? Should you have a cash? I mean, you can have both of them. And as time goes by, more and more people are willing to do cash apps. But cash is king. People still want to do cash. So when you go to them, cash is something you really kind of want to have first. And that can kind of help you in a budget. You have that in your pocket. Be safe about it and everything. Don't flash it around too much. But yeah, have it in your pocket. And no, this is the line in the sand. I have X amount of money I'm going to spend. And here it is. No more, no less. Everything. The next thing is, what are you looking for? What are you going to go in? You'll see a lot of people have like little notebooks and stuff with them. And it's true. I mean, it really is. That's what they have. They're looking at this stuff. They have a plan, XYZ. They're looking for basketball players in this era. They're looking for players that have, in baseball, these types of prospects. And, sometimes they're looking for personal PC. They have, they're looking for X card here, XY card, here, and everything. And they have things written down. The other thing is, if you're bringing stuff like you have here, like I have, that I'm going to talk about, kind of know, and not really kind of know what you want for this. Now, I'm going to show you, I have this Hurston Kerstead, HGA. All these I'm about to show you are all HGA. And I'm showing these for a reason. The reason I'm showing these is I'm taking these not so much because I think these are just going to be cards that people are dying to have. But where I'm going, I know some of the dealers. In the area I'm at, this card and, a signed Hurston Kerstead, Leaf, not as desirable since it's Leaf, but it is numbered to 35, 10 on the auto, things like that. Nice numbering. I have another Hurston here, also autoed, Prism and everything, not numbered. But this one, those three, and then these two, this one right here, sorry, these two. This one numbered out of 99 contenders. Of course, these are all, these three these two are Panini products. So you don't have the team logo with them. You do have like their college team, which is kind of the reason I like it. Area I'm at, people like, the Razorbacks. Again, you kind of got the, non licensed. So you get, somewhat even the team, not even much of the logo of its college team. But you get a feel for it and everything. These three, and then you got the one that actually is just a base that is licensed and everything. these 4 cars I'm taking because there's at least 1 to 2 dealers that I know up there that would want these types of cards. Not high end. These are more trying to get them to buy for their own personal. And maybe they buy because they know also where they're at. People would want these too. So they might be able to flip them. Know what you kind of want. Again, because they're not high sellers, there's not many comps that you can look at. But I'm hoping to get close to 100 to 150. I'm going to shoot for 150 for all these. It may be I get closer to the 100 mark and maybe closer to 75. If it's 75, I'm not doing all 4. I might do 75 for maybe like these 3 or something, but I'm not going to do all 4s for 75. Now, again, maybe 75 in a trade. Now, keep that in mind. When you go to these places, when you go to the car shows, trades are good. Think about stuff. If you see something on the table that's $200 and your budget was $150, but you have cars that you could trade, go with it. Try to figure out that trade value. This is another one, HGA. I'm kind of trying to get rid of my HGA. I'm hoping this is the end of it. It was a company I liked in the beginning because I liked the slab itself. It's a little hard to see in this stuff like that, but I really enjoyed their slabs. I love the label. I like how they have the subgrades, even though apparently a lot of people in the hobby don't really care about that. But I like that and everything. This is a guy I thought would be selling pretty good. I mean, he's pretty high up in the Yankees prospect list. It's out of $4.99. It's a nice kind of color match. Haven't had much bite on it. So 40 to 50 is where I'm really looking at. Again, I'm taking this more, not so much to get cash out of it, but to try to maybe help me get some trade value out of it. Speaking of when you're doing that, what are you trading for? I'll have these 2 up here when I talk a little more. What are you looking for? What are you looking for in trade? Are you wanting graded cards that you're trading for or buying? Are you looking for raw cards that you're trading for and buying? Are you looking for wax, for boxes, sealed boxes and stuff? Or are you wanting to try to get that hobby box that you've never been able to get? Have that in your mind. Again, have that plan set forth. What are you looking for? Have an idea what your cards are worth and everything. And have that blend. Know this, that if you have it set, I want X amount of money for my cards. And I will not go below, say, $200 for this card. Then you sit there and don't go below that. Walk around. Go to other tables and everything. Always understand that there's a chance. Put a little more light on this. There's always a chance that someone else down the line, table 12 that you go to, might be someone that just absolutely loves these cards and gives you a good deal for them. Again, remember, they're your cards. They're what you want to get out of them, what you feel they're deserving. And if you're not getting what you want, walk away. There, kind of the whole thing, live to fight another day. That's where this comes from too. When you're doing all this, live to fight another day. Understand that sales will come and go. Walk away. Now, also don't be such a stickler. If you're saying you want $250 for it and they're trying to get you, they get you to say $225, and maybe they throw in a box of, say maybe they bought box of top loaders or sleeves or something like that, or some couple $5, like 5 or 6 $1 raw cards and stuff like that. Take it. Don't be the stickler and be like, no, I really wanted 200. I got to get to 200. Oh, well, you're at 225, and maybe you're offering me another $5-10, and little things. You might want to take that. Don't be too rigid and everything. but stick to your guns. If you want 250 and they won't get to 200 or only get to 200, then again, walk away if you can't make that deal. But if they're at 200 and you're at 250, see if you could say, hey, throw me a Topps Formula One blaster in there, or two Topps Formula One blasters and stuff. Be willing to get trade. And when you do trade for some of this, make the trade maybe a little higher. These blasters are around, $25, $30. I think Walmart's, I think they're, yeah, I think they were 20 maybe. Can't remember. Just say they're 25. At least get two of them to get to your 50. The retail Mosaic, I know those are 35 at Walmart's. Still try to get two of those and everything, or at least one of those, and a Topps hanger or something. Make some trade, make it to where if it's a trade, you actually are getting a little more than the money value that you want, because the cash is what you want. That's the price. It's set. It's $200. When you go trade for sealed products, you don't know what's in there. Yes, they sell for X amount, but if you're willing to trade for wax, for blasters and hangers and stuff like that for wax, you're trading thinking that you're going to hit big, and you may not hit anything. You may trade it, and you trade it for $50. That's the value. You think it's okay. That's what they're selling for, blah, blah, blah. And you rip it, and you only get a $4 value out of it. Understand that. So when you make those trades for sealed products, I push, I'll be like, push a little harder and be like, hey, you got 7 of these. I need 2 to really make this deal work. Again, walk away if it doesn't work. Live to fight another day type situation. Have a plan. Have a budget. Know what your cards are looking are selling for, or what you think they're selling for. Again, some of the stuff I have is not really selling online. I'm going to show you this one. These two. I've had these online for a while. I thought they would sell pretty good. They're numbered. They're first editions. I know they're just kind of regular Bowman, but they're 10s, which are always highly desirable. And I know there are 2 prospects that are not just really known. I mean, Noah Miller's gotten pretty high up on the Twins prospect list. I'm really surprised it's out of 25. Again, first edition. I was hoping to get a little more out of them. Best I can find out is you can find raw of some of these. You can't even really find raw of the first edition as much. But I can find raw of both of these and not really find any graded of either one of these. So I'm almost sitting on like 1's a 1 and everything. Now I have a true 101 back here. Everything. Can't really see it. Maybe you can. I can't see. 101. When you have graded kind of 101 pop count ones, you get to set the standard. Where does the first sale come from? What's the price? I kind of get to set it. I am willing to hold for a while until I either see some of these being sold, and that sets a price for me, and I realize I'm either way too high or maybe way too low. Until that happens, I'm going to be pretty strict about what I let these go for and everything. I know I won't close to 2, and it's going to sound weird. I won't close to 200 for this one. I think, even though there's a way difference in the numbering, but kind of where this guy I think is going to be as viewed as a prospect compared to this person, I think his is going to be pretty high. I want 200 for him. I really want 250 for him. My numbers may be way off and everything. I may need 400 for him and 200 for him, based just off what all rarity they are. But based on everything I can tell and how the market goes, I think he is going to be a little higher in the end than this guy. Now, they're both shortstops. Those are desirable positions. It's just he's in a system where he's kind of blocked at shortstop. And yes, he's in a system where he's blocked at shortstop, but more likely he's a trade bait. And that's where some people I think are going to be looking at. I mean, the least I would like to be able to get is like 400 for both of them. If I can get 400 for the pair, I'll be good. If I can get 200 plus, like, say, a really good deal on a hobby box or two, then I may let them go and stuff. Again, I'm not desperate to sell and everything. So all this stuff I'm taking, they may all come back with me. And that's going to be the other part of this video. This is going to be a 2-part video. So part 1, showing you kind of what I'm taking, what's going to happen. And part 2 is going to be on this video. And we're going to come back and I'm going to show what I brought back. Did I sell anything? Did I trade anything? Did I just, bomb completely? Was I completely off my rocker and what I was thinking? And show what I brought back and show what I bought and everything. My plan, I have my budget. I won't say what my budget is. I have my budget. I have a plan of what I'm looking for. If I can find, if I can make some deals with these I'm going to be using primarily to try to get me a little more cash to spend on some stuff. But I'm primarily going to use these to try to find deals for a hobby box or some, boxes to rip. The money I'm taking, I'm looking for some deals on raw cards. I'm not really going to look for graded unless I just see a steal somewhere. But I'm looking for some raw cards. I'm going to probably dig through a lot of the penny boxes, penny, dollar, quarter boxes. Looking, kind of looking for stuff like this. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for. Now, again, you have a plan. Your plan might change too. If you go in there and you see something that you really weren't planning for, but you realize, wow, that's a deal. That's something I like. Or maybe it's something for PC, your personal collection. Then sometimes you got to kind of work on the fly. But it really does help. I want something to rip. I really like to have hobby if I can get it. And I want to make some deals for some raw cards that I'm playing, maybe thinking about getting sent off, or some raw cards of some cool little insert kind of numbered raw cards. That's what I'm really looking for. So that's the plan. See you back here for part 2 of this. We'll go over this stuff. See how I did. Did I bomb? Did I not bomb? Whatever we're at. And we'll go from there. Okay, so this is part 2 of, or I guess the continuation of my card show adventure. And I'm going to show you, first off, kind of show you what I brought back. So I really didn't make any sales. I kind of made a trade slash sale that I'll talk about here in a second. But, these guys are back. I had a lot of people like them. But apparently there was very few people buying and selling. Like all the dealers that I knew that I'm kind of friends with and talked with. And some new dealers, they were all kind of, everybody's looking, but no one's buying. And apparently this show, that's kind of the norm for it. I did sell one of the Kirsten Hersteds and one of the Hersteds and one of the Casey Martins. And what I did is I knew a guy that would most likely be there, and I got a certain amount of money for him. I actually got $60 and a trade. So I was willing to kind of sell both of these for probably, little, what did I say? I think about around 100, 120 maybe. Maybe not. I'll have to look. But I got a couple things for my PC to a point. I like this little die cut of Gronk. It's out of 355. So Premier to level. As you can tell, it's hard to like even think about getting these graded. Silhouette is, especially the die cuts, are really hard to center. You can tell this one's off center and stuff. More black over here. Again, I'm not really sure exactly what all. I know looking at top to bottom, there's more top than there is bottom. If you look at that. So this one is more just for my personal collection. I'll probably put it in a different, top loader and everything like that. So that one, again, first off, more just for personal PC. This one definitely is for personal PC. I might get it graded just to get it in a nice slab and everything. I think like SGC, this would look really good in an SGC slab. It's autoed. It's Topps Chrome Rookie. I'm not going to really even look much at it. I'll probably, like I said, try to get it slab just for and I might even get both of these slabs just for my first personal PC. This one, again, I may even do it. I may get all three of them. I'm not sure just yet. This is a silver hollow prism. Pretty good centering. It's Raider Rookie Optic. Moses Moody. I disregarded the price. That was not what I got for it, or what I bought it for. So yeah, I think I did pretty good because I used the money from that and went to another dealer and got this. So pretty much I traded like 2 cards that would probably not sell very well outside of the area I'm at to get at least 2 or 3 cards from our own personal PC. Now, if any of these, like if I sent them off and they came back 10s and people kind of really want them, I might try to sell them or something. But I also get something to rip. Again, don't disregard the price. This is something you need to think about when you take stuff to or buy stuff from dealers and everything. The price here, that's kind of for show. If you've made a really good deal or you've worked with the guys before, usually they knock off some money. So he knocked off some of this. I mean, only 5, but you're talking about a mega box. I mean, mega boxes are right now are even more than this. If you're talking about football and basketball, baseball is a little more, a little cheaper. But this is a Bowman 2021. So, this is what I look for. I love Bowman. So I think that's a pretty good price. And then I got something. I picked up this little kind of gold. I think it's just primarily, it's not numbered. So it is a prism. So it's a gold kind of cracked ice of Travis Kelce. I have a good friend that is a Chiefs fan. So this is really kind of for him and stuff. We'll talk about, I'll probably try to price gouging. So, yes, it's $400. No. But no, good friend of mine and everything. So I'll give him a good deal on it. So let's see. Did I come out on top of that trade overall? Did I just get some, nice cheap stuff? Did I get something ripped that really is not worth it? Did I just get some personal stuff? Or did I trade maybe something that was personal for more personal? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we'll put it this way. So, really, I love Bowman. It's supposed to be out at the end of this month. This is the product I really, really like. I really, 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 really enjoy ripping this stuff. I've had good and bad on it. So let's see. So start off with Bo Bichette. So we get Sanchez, Kirill. I think this guy's going to have a good year. So we get some of the Bowman Chrome here. I just love the look of Bowman Chrome. Duran, McGore, Waters. Okay. Starting off kind of low. We'll see. Are we going to build? Are we going to get something really, really cool? maybe an auto, probably not. Brom, interesting to see. This is even older. So you see Arenado and Rockies uniform, Soto, Judge, Mike Trubisky, I believe, Reed, Forsythe. I think this guy might have a pretty good year. Kelnick. So, unfortunately, we're not even getting first Bowmans. That's kind of a little bad. We'd love to get some first Bowmans out of these. Interesting seeing him with the Dodgers this year. Hawk, Huff, Verso, Singler, getting a lot of the rookies. Some downs. There's a first. Ivan. Good old Ivan there. And Blake. Okay. 3 more packs to go. But we got our first Bowman. Ivan Johnson. Wish it was a chrome version. Gallo, Vlad, Roberts, Baez, Seymour, and Votto. All right. Okay, so these are your bonus packs, whatever. 5 exclusive chrome cards, mega. So this kind of, hopefully, these are the ones that you really, boy, look at the bin of those. Wow. These are your Mojo chromes. These are the ones you really want to see. First Bowmans. Looking like I didn't get anything big. Wow. Well, got an Austin Martin Mojo. Okay. All right, that's a good one. Adenso Reeves. Okay, I'll take that. Mojo favorites Joey Bart. Nice. And we end with Hunter Bishop. Okay. So, nothing really big. But in the end, other than time and gas, I didn't, I didn't like lose money or anything. I actually, in the end, come out with, like I said, if you discount time and gas money and, eating, which, you really can't discount those when you're doing all this stuff. But if you kind of did, you just sit there and said, hey, did you spend more when you walked into the door than you did, than you came out with? No. I got some cards. I think this one, the Mojo Chrome, I have to look up that. It's a little different than just the first. At one time, first Bowmans of Austin Martin Chromes were selling pretty decent. We'll have to see what the Mojo is. Centering. I want to see what the centering. Centering's pretty good on that card. Probably not one that I would send in to get graded. I know a lot of people are sending these cards in, sending a lot of first Bowmans. First impressions of the card is, it's pretty good. I'll have to look and see. Might as well sleeve it while I have it in my hand. But we'll see. Could be, $5-6, could be $20-30, but we'll have to see. Like I said, I was willing to make these deals because I really wanted these for just my personal collection. I really like Moses Moody. I really would like to see, how this card would look in this, hopefully it was a 10. But, kind of see it in the tuxedo. I think that would look pretty cool. So, yeah, a couple more PC stuff. Thinking about it. Hoping to sell these here soon. But biggest deal I found out, the show I went to, a lot of people were not, like I said, there were some really cool cards. There really wasn't as much wax or, boxes to buy as I've seen before. I don't know if the flippers are having a hard time flipping. There was definitely a lot of cards that were out on tables, but there were a lot of cards that you could tell that people pulled out of like blasters and things like that. So I'm thinking maybe the flipping is kind of a little over, maybe. I know people are buying a lot of stuff. not so much maybe the flip, but to do what the whatnot auctions and stuff like that, and doing that for breaks and all that stuff. So that's a little interesting to me. Got some valuable information kind of on that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the people I knew that would normally have a lot of material in front of them didn't really have much. And what they had is stuff that honestly I could go down to the local Walmart or Target or go Target online and find. So I think that part is kind of seeing a little difference. There wasn't as much stuff graded as I was used to seeing. Honestly, I think I had like two of the better looking graded cards out there. There was a lot of like little things like you would see almost like something like this. Well, maybe not that, but something like this being graded. This card being graded and stuff. I don't see why you would do that and everything. But that's what I mean. The car show, I won't say it was a disappointment, but it really. I haven't been to one in a few months, so I'm a little hard to press to sit there and say where everything is right now in the hobby. But I was a little, kind of put back on it. So we'll see. I'm supposed to go to one in a couple more weeks. Hopefully, I'll have another SGC set. They're supposed to be, they should hit pretty soon, hopefully. I get those back. I think I might be able to make a couple good deals out of those. Who knows? But I mean, it's fun. It's cool to get out. Hit that thumbs up. Put some questions that you have about going into card shows. What's something you would like to really know, and put that in the comments. I love to have things I can use to help build this show out. But all right, see you down the road.